Hi everyone, this is Sheila Peters and we're about to do a stretch body awareness class. Today's class is more of a level 1 class, so it's going to be slower and we're going to ease into it gently. So let's bring our legs up. We're sitting down, knees are straight forward, our backs are really tall, and we've got divine flesh out from underneath us. And we're going to gently just push our shoulders front and back. So our right shoulder's going back and our left shoulder's going front. So we're getting a twist through that spine and switch. Let's go to the other side. Head's going to follow as well. So it's just really going from side to side, and we're letting your shoulders be down even though they're pushing forward. You can use your hands against the legs to help press and twist. So we're just trying to get a little bit of movement through the spine and twisting to the other side. Let's take one more. We're letting our knees stay upright. Twist, good, and twist. Excellent. Now we're going to let our arms be free and do the same thing, but twist and allow the arms to help get you a little bit farther over in each direction. And twist and allow the upper body to go even farther if we can. Shoulders are still moving, one front, one back. Good. Here's our third set. And here's our fourth set. Good. Excellent. Coming back up. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing. And we're going to just start to work with that lower spine a little bit. So we're rolling it behind and pushing it back. Little pelvic tilt there. Push through and roll up. And again, rolling back, engaging the core, and rolling up. And you're letting the spine have a little ripple effect there. So lower spine goes back, and then eventually the head goes back and down, and then come back up. And let's take that once more. Reach it back and push it up. Excellent. Let's straighten the legs out. Hands go behind, and we're going to just flex through the feet. Flex, push through the balls of the feet, and point. My back is very straight. Flex, push through, and point. Two more. Flex, push through, and point, and flex. Push through and point. Bringing the right leg in, or the front leg. You're going to place it right there so it's right in front of you. The other leg is going to be flexed. And now we're going to push through the hip and the leg, out through the foot. So again, get a twist, and then release it. Push and twist. So now we're getting a whole twisting action that goes through not just one part of our spine, but our whole spine, and involves the hips and the leg. Here's our last one. Push it out. Good. And release. Bring the other leg down. Let's go back into that tall position and repeat. Flex. Push through the balls of the feet and point. Flex. Push through the balls of the feet and point. Flex out. Push through and point. And flex. Push through and point. Now we're going to bring the other leg up, plant it, make sure the knee stays upright. Again, divine flesh is out from underneath because we want no curve in that lower spine. And we're flexing the long leg. Deep breath in. Exhale, push. The heel goes away, the hip goes away, and the upper body is going to twist some. Release it. Repeat. Push and twist. And release. Push and twist. Breathing and release and push and twist and release. Good. Let the foot point, other leg comes out. Separate the legs a bit. Again, recheck that the divine flesh is out of the way. We're going to rotate the legs out. Feet are pointed, so we're rotating at the hip, and then we're going to rotate in. So we're just starting to talk to the hips now. And rotate out and in. Rotate out and in. Once more. Rotate out and in. Let's go back to the rotation and go into the feet once more. Flex out through the heels, and you may feel you're going to stretch more on the calf there. Ball the foot and point. And flex. Ball the foot and point. And two more. Flex. Ball the foot and point. And flex. Ball of the foot and point. Good. Come back to a parallel position. Let's bring the legs back up and take that nice curve in the back that we did at the beginning here. as we turn to the side, and we're going to roll it way back. So we're taking a little more time to roll into that back, stretching out the lower back, head is dropped, and then we're going to push through the spine, roll up, and come to an upright position. Again, rolling way out, hips tilt under, lower back goes to the back of the room, head drops, push through the hips, undulate up through the spine, head will come to an upright position. 2 more, and curve it back. Breathing all the way, and push through. Let that spine get that nice little curve up. And last time, rolling down and back, way up there, good. And come through, push, and come upright. Good. Let's take our hands and put them behind us. Put our feet close together so that now the inside of the feet are touching. And we're going to just gently let the legs open out and the feet flop. So we're getting it deeper open in the hip area. And then come back up again. And out and open. Good. And lift and close. 2 more. And out and open. And lift and close. Last one. Out and open and lift and close. Let's shoot the legs out. Flex the feet, point the feet, and bring that first leg back in. And we're going to repeat, but holding on tightly now with this leg so we can maintain the position of that leg. We're going to flex the other leg, and now push and pull the knee towards your shoulder so you get even more of a twist there. From this position, let's keep a hold of that knee with the opposite arm and reach the other arm up. And twist to the back. So now you have opposite positions with the arm back, which is the opposite arm from the leg that's going forward there. So you've got a nice twist holding on here. Good. Wrap. Come back in. Let's take that again. Push out. Feel the twist. Hug the knee towards the shoulder. Lift the other arm up and reach and twist. So we're increasing this twist here. Good. Coming back in. Let's take 2 more. Backs are straight. Lift, pushing that foot out as you hug the knee in. Lift the arm up. Add that extra twist. Reach. And come in. And last time. Pushing the heel out. Hugging the knee into the shoulder. And lift, twist, and lengthen. See how far out you can go with the hand and out with the foot. Good. Coming up right. Let's put our hands behind, bring the legs out, and relax the legs and the feet, and just beat the thighs on the floor. Now, of course, we're going to do it to the other side. So, bringing this leg up, we're hugging it, we're holding on to it, keeping that back straight, flexing this foot that's in front here now, and we're pushing out, causing that twist in the torso. Then we're grabbing a hold of the knee with the opposite arm, and then the other arm is coming up and twisting and reaching out. So we have opposite pull to the back of the room and to the front of the foot. And come back in and release. Keep the back straight. Deep breath in. Exhale, push out. Allow the body to twist. Arm comes up, reach, and stretch. Now our shoulders are down. We don't want to lift them up to our ears. Feel that pull back and front. So it may increase the stretch in that lower spine area, but you may find it in other places too where you feel a stretch. Coming back. 2 more. Breathe. Push. Keep the back straight. Up. Reach. Lengthen out in each direction. How far can you twist? Good. And come back in again. And let's take that one more time. Deep breath in. Exhale. Push out through the foot. Hugging the knee with the hand. And lift. Reaching the other arm out and open. Some of you may feel this more in the leg and in the armpit or shoulder area, but we also are aiming towards that lower back. Good. And come back in. Excellent. Bring the leg out, hands behind, beat the thighs on the floor. Good. Let's come back up with both knees, bringing the feet together. We're going to do a little more hip opening, keeping that back straight. So knees touch. And then we open out, and at this point, we're going to let the toes go up to the side, or we'll lift the heels up. So it increases the stretch in the inside thigh here. and keeping the back straight. Drop the heels down and close up. Open the legs out. Splay the feet out. So you can push up with the heels touch, and you're basically balancing on your little toes there. Heels come down and then come back in. 2 more. And open. Heels touch, toes go out, lift the heels up, so you're increasing the stretch in the inside thigh there. Come down, bring the feet together, and straighten last time. Opening out, feet go out, heels lift, press up with the heels and down with the knees and the thighs. Good, and come back and come in. Let's shoot those legs out, and once again, beat those thighs out. Let's come back to the front and face front. We're going to have our legs straight out, and you can have your feet unformed, but again, we have the divine flesh out from underneath. Let's take some side stretch. So we're going to reach to the side with the arm, lift the other arm up, and bow out through the rib cage to the other side. So we're getting a side body stretch there. Elbows are slightly bent here, but you really feel a nice side stretch. Don't let everything come forward. You want to keep it to the side. Let's push off with the bottom arm, come up, and go to the other side. So we're reaching out with the arm to the opposite side, but then we're trying to bow our rib cage out, so we're getting a side stretch, keeping the body facing front, reaching out. Nice long stretch there. Good. Come up. Let's take it again to the first side. Here we go. Over to the right. Reach, bow that rib cage out. So you may find that more of the stretch is happening from the rib cage up towards the arms. Heads are loose. Come up and reach over, bow the rib cage out to the opposite side. Feel that nice stretch. Excellent. And come upright. Now we're going to go for a little bit more on the lower part. So we're going to reach over and we're going to try and get our elbow down and keep our hip down. So now you see the focus of that stretch is in a little bit different position. Let's swing the arm down, lift, and reach it over. See if you can get a little further over, keeping both hips on the floor. Keep circling. 1, around, up, shoulders down, head is loose. Make sure you're breathing. 2 more circles. Down, up, head gets heavy, so maybe a little stretch in the neck area too. And last time, down, lift, up and side. Good. Put the hand down, roll yourself up, and let's take it to the other side. So we have the elbow down, reaching the arm up and over. Remember, both hips are staying on the floor so that the legs are basically staying pretty immobile. They're staying right forward. We're not rocking on them. We're really feeling that stretch through that lower side area, and start circling. Head is nice and loose. Up, over, and reach. Feel that side stretch. Good. And down. Lift, up, and over. Good. 2 more. Drop, lift, up, and over. Letting the head be loose. And drop, lift, up, and over. Long line from the hip over to the fingers. Hands come down, roll up through the spine. Let's sit up nice and tall, recheck that the divine flesh is out from under, and let's drop the head down and bring the head up. And drop the head down and bring the head up. 2 more. Down and up and down and up. Come to neutral position. We're going to go to a high right position, really twisting the chin up. And then we're going to go down towards the opposite shoulder. So you're finding a stretch here. And then as we come up, you may feel a stretch on this side. And go back down, keeping the shoulders nice and level. Lift up and come down. And lift up and come down. Let's come to neutral and go to the opposite diagonal. So high up, left, down low on the right. Feeling that beautiful stretch there. And up. And come down. 2 more. Lift. And come down. And high up. And come down. Coming back to neutral position, let's tilt. So we're going to make our heads go, top of our heads go over to the right as our chin goes over to the left. And again, you're gonna feel that nice stretch here. Up and over and stretch. Good. Coming up and over and lengthen. Up and over and stretch it. 2 more sets. Coming up, breathe, and see how much of the stretch you can get. Lift, feel it lengthening the side of that neck down into the shoulder, and up and over, stretch it out. Good. And up and over and stretch it out. Excellent. Sitting up tall. Let's take a little bit of work on our hips. So we're going to repeat a similar kind of motion, but now we're going to lean back slightly and let our backs sort of curve. So there's a curve in that spine there. And as we push our right hip forward with the foot flexing, we're going to let our upper body twist a little bit and kind of surrender into the floor. So you may find that you get a little more stretch in the lower back there. Come up, push, and stretch the other direction. So you've got this pull out with the heel towards the front of the room with the hip, and a twist in the lower spine. Up and over and twist. And sort of settle into this twist in the spine. Let's see that you get some kind of stretch there. Good. Up and over and press. Shoulders are not lifting. Take that 2 more sets. Up, over, and press. Good. Little curve. Up and over and press. For some of you, you might even feel a stretch on the leg that is not lengthening out in the front of the hip there. And last time, up and over and press. Lay out there. Good. And up and over and press. Excellent. Coming up right. Let's beat the thighs once again. And now let's bring our feet together. Now I'm not trying to bring the heels very close to my torso. I'm in fact trying to keep diamond shape so that I can get my back nice and straight. And we're going to just let the legs sort of do a general opening by themselves as we work our shoulders. So we're going to take our right shoulder up and down, and up, and down, and lift, and down, and up, and down. Other side, lifted up, and down, and up, and down, and lift up, and down, and lift up, and down. Now let's just close the legs up a little bit, shoot them out, flex the feet, keep the back straight, push through the balls of the feet, draw the legs up again, and then come back into that position and sit up tall. Again, making sure that back is tall. Now we're going to make the right shoulder go forward and back and forward and back. And you notice as you make the shoulder go, you may find your upper body is going to be wanting to go with the shoulder, and allow that to happen. Good. Let's take it to the other side and forward, push it forward and back and forward. Good. And back. But make sure that leading motivation is the shoulder back. And once more, forward and back. Good. Come back to neutral. Close the legs up. Let's again shoot the legs out there. Flex out through the heels. Grow taller in your spine. Point the feet. Come up and open. So you may be feeling like the legs are getting a little bit wider, and you may really feel like you're stretching through there. It's sort of the byproduct of what we're doing here. So now we're going to take some circles with the shoulder. We'll take the right shoulder forward, lift, up to the back, and down. Now I'm holding on to the opposite ankle so that I can give a little leverage and help that shoulder do that full circle. Forward, lift it up, to the back, and down. And once more, going forward, lift it up, to the back, and down. Let's come and close the legs up one more time, shoot them out, get tall, flex out through that foot. Really push those heels out, feel like you're tall, you may be getting stretched in the back and the hamstrings there. Push through the point and come up, and let's take that once more to the other side. So I'm holding on here, pushing the shoulder forward, lift it up, twist to the back and down. Coming forward, lift it up to the back and down. 2 more, forward, lift it up to the back and down. Excellent. Forward, push it way forward, lift it up to the back and down. Excellent. Coming back to your closed position, reach the legs out. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall, Let's take a little more of a twist. We've done a little bit of twisting here, but we're going to really twist. So we're going to push our hand against the knee there and twist. And really feel that beautiful spinal twist. Maybe it's a little bit more than at the beginning of the class. And then come up and switch the other side. Our feet are unformed right now, so we're really focusing on that spine twist. Good. Coming back, let's take that again. And twist, and repeat, across and twist, keeping the backs long. Now we're going to come to the center, we're going to flex our feet and see if adding a flex helps give us a little bit more range of motion. So our backs are straight, hand comes in. Now as we twist, you could be pressing out with the opposite heel, similar to what we did before, slightly different position. So you're pushing out through the heel and spiraling through that spine. Come back up and push and twist. Using your hands against the leg and the floor behind you to really help increase that twist. Let's take that once more in each direction. So we're really trying to warm up and make the spine more supple for what's to come. And then let's go to the other side. Push, you can feel the heel going away, so you get a little more shift in the hips so you can really get that lower back working there. Excellent. And come to the center. Root the thighs out. Now, let's bring our legs in a folded position. One leg is in front, one is back. And again, we're not trying to bring them tight into our torso. We're trying to keep a nice base here for us to be able to work through the spine. So from here, back is straight. We're going to drop the head down, rolling through the spine, increasing the stretch in the vertebra as we slowly roll forward. And we feel this all the way down our spine as our hands come forward. And they're going to eventually settle somewhere on the floor, feeling the crease of the front of the hips as being the motivator of this stretch down, nice and loose. And you'll also feel a stretch in the back of the thighs. Maybe one leg feels more of a stretch than the other, and we're just trying to really relax and drop down. Using the hands, we can push against them to roll back up through the spine, engaging the core, coming up through the spine and the neck. Let's take that again. Roll down, drop, slide. Each time you may find as you roll down that you're getting a little more openness in the vertebra, and you may find you get a little farther over, but remember, we're not holding tension in the lower back. We're folding from the hips. And then slowly push and roll up, engaging the abdominals so that we really can work through that spine and come upright. Let's take that 2 more times. And roll down. Now at this point, as you roll down, I want you to notice which leg is in front, because we will be switching in just a moment. And we're dropping down. See if you can get a little farther over. This time, let's shake that head out. Let's shake the shoulders out. And if you can, wiggle the hips a little bit. And then allow your body to drop back down towards the floor. You may find just shaking out gives you a bit more of a stretch. You may really be feeling it in one particular leg. And then roll up, using your hands to push up. So you're pushing against the floor to really feel like you're rolling up through the spine. And lift all the way up. Let's take that one more time. And roll down, slide. Breathe. Let it go. Hands slide forward. You're putting your weight into your hands so that you can truly fold at the hips. If you need to, you can inch those hands out a little bit more. Each time you go down, you want to see if you can get a little bit more of a stretch, opening up, increasing the flexibility, and then rolling back up, coming up right. Good. All the way. And coming up right. Okay, let's bring the legs together. We're going to give them a bit of a rest here for a second. And we're going to open them up to a diagonal position here. You might want to get a little bit closer to the front of your mat there. And let's flex the feet. And we're going to get into a little hip release here. So we're going to roll that right hip up and over so it can come off the floor and you can twist. We've done enough spirals that you may find that you're really being able to twist that spine too as the hip leads. And then push it down. Keeping this hip on the floor, we're going to roll the leg the opposite direction, which may give you a little stretch in the inside thigh there. And roll it over. Press. Hip goes up and over. So even though we're talking about leading from the hip, we're going to really get some action in the rest of our body, keeping this leg exactly where it is. We're trying to roll open here, and we feel a little stretch through there. We have 2 more sets. Roll it up, over, and twist. And coming up, maintaining the left leg as we open and roll on the right. See if we can go a little farther over. And last time, up and over and twist. Good. And up and open and rotate to the opposite direction. Good. Coming up right. Let's bring the legs together, beat them out, and then go back into the same position. Make sure the divine flesh is up, flex the feet, and let's take it to the left. So we're pushing through the left, lifting up. This first time, you may find that you are not getting that far. Some of you might find as you roll that you get a stretch on the other leg hamstring. Coming up, maintaining this position, and roll it out. So you've got a little possibility of stretching the inside of that right thigh. And coming up, second time, you may find this a little easier, and you get a little farther over. That hip is truly pressing forward. And come up and open it out while maintaining the position of the right leg. Good. 2 more sets. Breathe up, shift, twist, and come up. Open, right leg rotates out, twisting the spine, using the hands to help you. Last time, up, over, twist, and rotate in, and come up, out, open, and rotate out with that leg. Excellent, good. Come together, meet the thighs out, and here we go back into that roll forward with the other leg in front. So hopefully you remembered which one is needing to be in front. And we're sitting up tall, divine flesh is out. Let's take those forward rolls once again. Head drops, coming forward, sliding, feeling the spine open up. Now you may find your stretch on the leg is going to be on the other leg or in a different place. Heads are down, folding at the hips, using the hands, rolling back up again, coming to an upright position, rolling through that spine. Breathe tall, and curve, head down, chin to the chest, rolling through the spine, sliding the hands out, feeling that you're going from the hips and not from the lower back. Way out towards the front of the room, out over those legs, your weight is into the hands, so you can feel some stretching happening in the backs of the hips and into the glutes. And roll up, breathing. Nice. Push through each vertebra and lift and come tall. 2 more. Breathe and roll down. Sliding, breathing, lengthening out. Arms can walk out. Elbows are bent. Let's take a shake in the head and a shake in the shoulders. And then see if you can shake in the hips. And it may allow you to get a little farther over. So you're really opening up that spine even more. Feeling stretch in the backs of the legs into the glute area. And then push with the hands to roll up, engaging the abdominals, coming to an upright position. And head lifts last time. And curve over, breathe, drop, slide. Heads are loose, walking those hands out, really letting them go all the way out as far as you can. This could be a fairly intense stretch for various parts of your body. Breathing, letting the shoulders relax, and then push and roll up and come to an upright position. Good, all the way up. Excellent. And then bring the legs together and shoot them out. Let's take a variation on the side work that we had done before. So we're going to flex the feet out and really keep them facing up front. And we're going to push into a punch over as far as we can, keeping the hip on the floor. So we're going punch, reach, and push up with the bottom arm. So it's a little rocking here. Punch, reach, but our legs are staying stable. Punch, reach, all the way out, and up, and punch, reach, and let's do it to the other side. Here we go. Punch, reach, and up, and push out with that top fist, and then push with the bottom arm, and push out. So we're keeping our hips and our legs nice and still so we can get more work through the side body. Now we're going to twist it. So we're going to go twist and come back, and twist, reach way out there, and back, and twist, reach out, and up, and twist out, and reach up. Let's take it to the side. So we have a twist, reach, elbow comes back, and lift. Other arms helping you balance yourself as you reach way out there. And twist, keep the hips and the legs where they are, and up, and twist, and come up. Good. Let's point the feet, and you can beat our legs out a little bit. Again, sitting up tall, point those feet. Let's take a twist, and now we're going to drop our heads down. So now we're getting sort of a twisted upper body area, stretch there, and come up. Let's take 4 of those, dropping down, keeping again the hips right where they are, and lift. So we're trying to really open up the spine in some easy, uncomplicated ways so that we have a lot more flow in our spinal area, our upper body area, neck, head, and drop down. And come up. Let's take that to the other side. So the legs are staying pretty securely where they are, and drop down. Let's get ourselves into this position. One side may feel different than the other, and you may feel it in a slightly different place there. And come up, curve it down. Still going through that sequence of head first, and then as you come up, you're rolling up in the opposite direction. So head rolls down, twist, keep the legs right where they are, and come upright. And let's take that one more time. And roll down, feeling that beautiful stretch that happens there. Good. And come upright. Good. Come to the center of the row. Let's switch positions and go onto our hands and knees. And we're going to reach our arms a little bit forward, almost as if it looks like we're going to do some kind of push-up. And we're going to stretch the hips back. Arms reach, so now you may feel a stretch in underneath your armpits, going along the side of your body. You're not going into a true child's pose. We're really pushing the hips back, lengthening and opening up underneath the armpits along the sides of the ribs there. Now we're going to lift the body up with the hips and drop the hips forward. Be gentle, because this is the first time we've done this kind of action. And we're going to keep our elbows slightly bent, shoulders down, and we're allowing the front of the hips to stretch out, and our lower back is contracting as our belly goes forward. Let's take that again. Push the hips back, lengthening, holding on to the abs, holding on to the core there, and reach back with the hips, and we'll lengthen through the spine and the inside armpit area. Letting the head be relaxed, and come up, holding on to the abs, still push the hips forward. It's a little bit of an undulation. Shoulders are down, elbows are slightly bent, and then we're pushing the hips forward to increase the opening in the front of our body. 2 more sets, pushing back, making the hips go way back, lengthening and reaching. Maybe you feel like you can get a little closer to the floor with your upper body as the hips remain going back, and come up, forward, and press, undulating through, long spine. Maybe you get a little more upward motion as you press with your hands against the floor. One more time, push back, lengthen, reach, breathing. This should feel kind of good at this point. And lift up, push forward. Let the body drop down the hips and push up with the shoulders and the spine and head. Good. And then let's come back. Bring our hands underneath us so that we have the hands going underneath the shoulders.
Knees under the hips, and we have a flat back here. And let's go into our more traditional cat and cow yogic positions for the spine. So from here, deep breath in, exhale, curve the back, feeling the whole back going up, including the lower back. Good. Push through the hips. And now we're putting our bellies towards the floor and our heads coming up, shoulders are down. So it feels different as we go back into this cat than what we did when we had our arms forward, but it's a similar kind of motion. You may feel the stretch and opening happening in different parts of your spine than it did when we were doing the other positioning. Here we go, into our cow. 2 more. We're rolling up into the cat. Pushing down into the cow. And last time, once more. Cat, spine is rippling up into that arch. Holding on to the abdominals, and then push through. And we're going into the cow. Good. And then come to a neutral position. Let's walk to the front of our mat, or crawl to the front of our mat. And we're going to start to work into the legs again. So again, make sure you have a flat back. Front leg is going to push out. And we're going to push out through the heel, toe is curved under, and we're working into the calf. And then we're going to rock forward, and I want you to feel as you rock forward that the foot is pushing it, so you get a stretch through the instep. Push now with the hands as you press out through the heels. Rolling through the instep as you come forward. Feel this opening underneath the toes there. And then push out. We've got 2 more of these. Pressing, shoulders are down. Feeling a long line through the leg. And roll, making the feet do some work there. And then last time, push it out. Press. Good. And come in, rolling through that foot. And then put the foot down and reach to the other side. Toes are curved under. And we're pushing back with our hands and pressing out through the heels, stretching out the calf muscle, the gastrocnemius there. And then we're going to try and really push through the foot. So we're getting it open underneath the toes all the way forward. And push out. Try and create some flexibility and some breadth in the bottom of the feet, in the soles of the feet. And push through. Really enjoy this because we don't stretch this part of our body very often, the soles of our feet. And press and push out. So we're pressing through the heel, pressing with the arms. Roll through. Make the toes do some work here. And open up through those toes. And we have one last time. And push back. Press. Good. Long line. And then roll through. And release. Good. Let's bring the legs together, back underneath, readjust your position if you need to. And let's take a little bit of balancing and core work. So that front leg is going to go out. It's going to stay at the same level as the hips, and it's not rotated out. It's parallel, and foot is pointed, and now we're going to reach that opposite arm forward. We did a little bit of an opposite pole before when we were sitting on the floor, but this is a different opposite pole, engaging the core even more deeply. So we're reaching out, we're holding on to the core, feeling both arm forward, leg back, and we've got a little balance here, increasing the core work there. Good. And bring the leg down and release. Let's take it to the other side. Back leg goes out, make sure it's parallel and that it is rotated into a parallel position, not out. Opposite hand comes forward, we're breathing, and you can really feel what we're working on here. Reaching way out to the front with the hand, way back with the foot, and our core is getting very much engaged. Backs are straight, keep it reaching. You might have a little wiggle in here, and then come back down. Let's take that once more. We're going to flex the foot and flex the hand. So we're pushing out through the heels of the feet and the hand. Again, feeling the core work with the flex. You might find that you've got a little more wiggle, but great practice for the body, learning to balance, even though we may be wiggling. You know, if you didn't have a wiggle, then your body wouldn't be having practice balancing. And then bring that back in again. Let's take it to the other side. So the back leg is going out, flex that foot, keep it parallel, flex the hand, opposite hand. So you're pressing out through the heels of the feet and the hands, holding on to that core, really feeling like you are engaging the abdominals, maintaining a flat back, heads in line with the spine as we reach out in each direction, opposite directions there. Keep it going, keep it going. Breathing, and then come back in. Okay, let's push back into child's pose. That actually is quite a bit of work there. So allow yourself to settle into your child's pose and allow that lower back to lengthen, feeling a nice fold in the hips and the knees. And relax. And let's take a little extra side stretch. So we're going to bring our hands around to the front of the room, keeping the hips where they are. Try to let the elbows bend, shoulders relax. So you're going to notice you're getting a side stretch in the back there. Different places you might feel that. Head is loose. Just settle into it and enjoy it. Good. And then let's slowly walk the hands to the other side to give the other side an equal chance to stretch there. Elbows are down, hips stay right where they are. And you're reaching the arms, the hands out over to the side. Opposite side as much as you can to try to keep the shoulders down. And the elbows relaxed and the head nice and relaxed too. Really breathing through this, feeling the stretch. Excellent. Let's come back to the center and settle into child's pose once more. And now we're going to rock forward, curl the toes under both sets. And then we're going to take our hands, push back, and once again, press into the heels, into the floor. So we're getting a deeper stretch from gastrocnemius, and then slightly rock forward. Again, through those feet, those toes, and the soles of the feet, and press back. Coming forward, and press back. Good. And come forward, and press back. Let's take some leg straightenings here to increase the stretch in the hamstring. So hands come closer. We're going to lift our hips up. If your knees are not completely straight, that's okay. Head is down. And lengthen, keeping hips going up, feeling the fold at the crease of the hips there. Shake that head out. No. Shake the head yes. Shake the head no. Shake the head yes. Let's go back into our squat. Heels will lift, but try to let the heels stay down as long as you can. Breath in. Exhale, again, press the heels down, hips go up, heads go down, and lengthen. And you'll be feeling this more in your hamstrings. Again, keeping the knees bent and the heels down as long as you can until you have to lift the heels up to come to squat. Breath in. Exhale, heels down, hips go up, heads go down, shaking everything out. Shoulders, torso, maybe the hips a little bit, seeing how far over you can get. Again, sit down. You're trying to maintain the heels on the floor as long as you can, and then you come to the heel lift. Breath in. Exhale, press the heels down, straighten the legs, get the hips up in the air, and the head's dropping down. You're folding directly from the hips there. Good, lengthen through the hamstring. Excellent. Now let's come back down again. Heels are going to maintain, and then they have to lift. And let's go back into our hands and knees position. Our feet are still curled under, and we're going to go into a down dog. So again, we're putting the heels down, but we're in a slant now. So heels go down as we lift our hips up, and we're pressing the hips to the ceiling, lengthening through the spine, trying to get our heels down, and we are in down dog. Good. Let's come back down and just hover the knees. So we get a little abdominal work. Breathe in and then press back and stretch it out. And bend, hover, knees don't touch. And press and stretch out. pressing those hips up as far as you can, keeping the rib cage in line. And 2 more. Bend the knees down, hover, and press it up and back. Trying to increase the stretch in that hamstring. And once more, bend, breathe. Toes are curled, and press and push back. Excellent. Keeping the heads nice and loose. And then let's come all the way down to the hands and knees position. And sit back. We're sitting up tall. And let's take some arm work. So we're going to bring the arms forward. We're going to make fists, turn the fists so they're facing each other. And we're going to have one arm up and one down. And up and change it. Lift it up and change and lift and change. Let's take a double hit. So we go up, up, and up. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep going. 1, 2. Arms come forward. Let's bend the elbows and bring them behind us. So we're squeezing our shoulder blades together and push forward. And bend and reach back. It's like we're pulling something towards us as we pull those elbows back and front and back. We're going to take 4 more and push it back and front and back and front. 2 more and back and front and back and front. From here, we're going to go under and bring the elbows way back and then shoot out, and our inside of the arms are staying up to the ceiling. Shoot it back and front and shoot it back. Good. And front and elbows go by your side, back, and 4 more. Here we go. 1 back. Good. And front and back and front. 2 more. Back and front and back and front. 1 more variation. Bring the arms up. We're going to bend the upper arm down as our elbows stay up and reach them up. So we're stretching out the triceps here. Stretch and lift. We're trying also strengthen them some. And lift. And down and up. Trying to keep the back straight. Bend and straight and bend. Elbows straight up and straighten. 2 more. And bend and straighten and bend and straighten. Good. Bring the arms down, shake them out. Just make a little bit of a connection with the muscles in our upper arms there. So let's go all the way down to the floor. We're going to go down, rolling through the spine. So we'll come up to this familiar position here and roll down through the back. You can hold onto the legs as you roll all the way down and lower the legs. And just rock the hips side to side. And release. Now we're going to bring our legs together and they're parallel, feet are pointed, and that front leg is going to come into the chest. Now we're going to feel a stretch on the opposite hip, the front of the opposite hip, but also here in this bent leg position. Let's rotate the leg out, maintaining the long leg right where it is. Bring it back in. And repeat that. And open it up to the side. Using it, you can put your hand right on the hip there and the long leg to help maintain it so it doesn't roll and come in. So we're getting some stretch in the leg, but also the inside thigh there as we open out and come in. And let's take that one more time. And roll. You're using this hand to help you. Same hand as leg that's going out to the side. And come in. Good. Slide that leg out, and then let's slide the other leg back up and point the long leg, make sure it's parallel. Knee comes into the chest, so you feel some opening that's happening there. You may feel stretch here. This hand can go right on the front top of the hip to stabilize it, and then hug the other one open and bring it to the side, and then bring it back into the chest. So we're just working that inside thigh, hip area, move it out to the side. And bring it back in. And open it out and stretch it. Each time you may feel like there's a little more range of motion that's been increased there, and last time, coming up, stabilizing with this leg out and open, and coming in, and shoot the leg down. Good. Let's bend both knees. So we'll start with the front leg, bend it to the side, foot goes to the floor, knee to the ceiling, bend the back leg out to the side, foot to the floor, knee to the ceiling, and adjust your spine here. And we're going to take a more specifically hamstring stretch here. This leg, the back knee is staying straight up to the ceiling. We're going to bring that front leg into the chest, just as we did in the opposite, the last position we were working with. But now we're going to unfold the leg, and I want you to breathe out and lengthen. The foot is in a pointed position here. And bend the knee in, hugging that knee to the chest. Breathing in and then exhaling as you help the leg to unfold, lengthening through the hamstring, all the way up. And bend. Third time, breathing in, and then exhale, and stretch and lengthen. See if you can get a little bit farther apart. You're trying to think of the whole hamstring is moving down towards the floor and up towards the ceiling. And last one, bend it in, breathing. And extend, lengthen, and long line. There, good, way out there. And then bring the leg down and place it into the holding position. And let's bring the other leg up. So bring the knee in. This knee stays straight up to the ceiling. We've got a pointed foot on the lifted leg. And we're going to breathe in, exhale, stretch and lengthen. This first time, be kind. You might not come to a full straight leg. And then fold it back down in, hugging it in, breath in, exhale, unfold it. See how much of a length you can create in the back of the leg there, really lengthening and stretching through that hamstring. And then come back in again. Try not to hold any tension in your shoulders or your neck, and reaching out as you exhale, all the way out. Your hands can do whatever they need to do to accommodate and help the stretch. Let's come into our fourth one. Breathe it in. And exhale, lengthen. Keep it going, keep it going. See how far out you can get. Thinking of pressing down through the hip and out through the toes. So they're going in opposite directions there. Good. And coming into your holding position. Let's roll to the side, to the front, so our knees are dropping down, side body, and then we're rolling up through our spine. So we're going to do a little more work along the inside thigh and hip area. So come to your open position here. And let's bring the knees close to us, and then we're going to open out to the farthest position you can get to that you are having, still maintaining the spine straight. So if this is it, that's fine. Don't feel like you have to be as far out as I am going. So we've got, again, the divine flesh out from underneath our hips here. And let's take a little rock side to side. So our feet are pointed and we're just pushing through and rocking. So that we're kind of getting the inside thighs ready to do a more intense stretch here. Pushing through, good. Excellent. And then let's go into a flex position and repeat that. So we're rocking through, feeling the hips do the action, but it's creating more of a stretch in the inside thigh. Good. Pointing the feet. We're going to go roll forward like we did when our legs were crossed, but now our legs are open and we're going to really feel the inside thigh stretch up. So head, chin rolls down all the way. Sliding the hands out. Now you're going to go to the point where you can go. You don't have to get too far out, but your weight is forward, and again, you're feeling the fold and the crease in the hip there. So from here, let's take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, see if you can lengthen the arms out a little bit more. You may not be in a position where your legs are straight. Your knees may be bent and you may not get very far over. But again, you're going to the extent that you can go to. As long as you feel the inside thigh really opening up, then you're doing the perfect position for yourself. Deep breath in. Exhale, lengthening out. Shoulders are down. Go as far as you can go. Try to relax into this stretch. I know that sounds strange, but try to breathe into it and think of the muscles opening up and relaxing into the stretch. So you're kind of breathing through the area that feels like it's needing a lot of relief. That's where you're going to breathe through to help the release and the relief. Deep breath in. Exhale and scoot out a little bit farther if you can. Again, the hips are creasing in the front of the hips there. Should be a lot of lengthening and opening up in the inside thigh. And last time, deep breath in. Take a sigh, which sometimes helps us to get a little farther out there. Really enjoy this long, nice stretch that we're doing here. And then we're going to take our hands and walk ourselves up like we did when our legs were folded. So we're pushing against the floor and rolling up through the spine, coming to an upright position. Good. We're going to take this once more with a flex foot, which may increase the stretch. So here we go. Our backs are straight. We're rolling down through our spine, sliding the hands out. Maybe you want to come to just your elbows first, or maybe you're not even at elbows, you're just here. That's fine. You go to where you would like to be and where you start to feel some stretch there. So again, deep breath in, exhale, and then as you exhale, see if you can inch out a little bit more. Again, the fold is coming from the crease of the hips, and we're keeping a rotated leg position. We are not rolling over. We're trying to keep those legs up with the knees straight up to the ceiling. Breath in, exhale, and lower, allowing that head to be nice and loose, so shake it out. Deep breath in. Exhale, reaching the arms out. Maybe you can wiggle the shoulders a little bit and allow the body to settle closer to the floor. And last time, deep breath in. Exhale and release. Enjoy how far out you've gotten, how much of a stretch in all of these different directions. Each leg, arms, everything is really reaching, expanding, lengthening out. And then take your hands, press them into the floor, rolling up through the spine, and allow yourself to roll up and come to an upright position once again. And let's gently bring the legs in and shake them out. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you've enjoyed this class. And here we go. Let's bring our arms out. Take a nice deep breath in. Hands come together. Bring the hands to your heart chakra. And give thanks to yourself for doing such a great thing for your body, opening up and lengthening. Have a great rest of the day.